Alright farmers, welcome back to the channel. So we've got a new map. Right, so this is Goldcrest Valley 22. This is a new map by Cello Bookie, 140.18 megabyte on the download. Now if you've been a fan of the game for a while, you probably recognise this map. I mean, this is the first one that I started out on FS17. It has been out for 19 as well, and this is the version for 22. So what are we talking about? If you come on Farm Manager and start from scratch, the slot count is 790. If you come on New Farmer, it's around 1000. Now the reason for that, as you can imagine, if you come on Farm Manager and start from scratch, you don't own anything, there's no equipment, and even these buildings aren't here when you get here. But if you come on New Farmer, you start with all this equipment in here. So we'll go in there we are. So medium tractors, we start off with the John Deere 4755, the John Deere 7810, the Massey Ferguson MF 3670. We then got the Harvester, the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H. We then got the Lizard Pickup 1986. We got the Welger DK115 trailer. We've got the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 header. We then got the Cultivator. Oh dear. The Rabe EG 3/9 2.5 meter cultivator. Shocking. Oh, and then followed up by the Seeder, the Nordsten HK 25 plus NS 3030 Seeder 3 meter. Oh dear. Right, mower. We got the Kuhn GMD 4411. We then got under Tedders the Pottinger Alpine Hit 4.4H. We then got under Windrowers the Pottinger Top 342. See, that's a 3.4 meter. That's not getting much better. How big was that Tedder? 4.4. Oh, that's right. Okay, carry on. Forage wagons. We got the Pottinger Boss Alpine 251. Then on the balers, we got the Pottinger Impress 125F Pro. On the header trailers, the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 trailer. Then to finish it off, we got two weights, the 10 Winkle Pack 750 times 2. So that's your equipment that you start off with. Now, map perspective, what do you start with on land? So if we'll go into that menu there, obviously Farm Manager and start from scratch, you don't start with anything. So if we click on that one, under New Farmer, we start with this area here. So you got the main farm area there. You then got field 15, field 14, field 12. Then you come over here. That's got the sheep pasture on. And you come down to here. This has got a cow barn. And you also own field 27, which is a bit random. Okay. Now what are we talking about if you actually want to buy your fields? So the cheapest one is going to be this one here, field 17. 34,920 to buy, and the most expensive is this field here, field 5, 428,400 to buy. Obviously that's all if you're going to be starting off without any land. Obviously new farmers start with all this. Now what can you sell on this map? So if we go into the shop menu, we'll have a little look through, because it's looking pretty good to be fair. So if we scroll down, there's not a lot that you can't sell. I mean, seeds, yeah, you can't sell that normally. That's fine. That's fair enough. So we'll carry on going down. Diesel, obviously, you can't sell it. Road salt, you don't normally sell that anyway. So we'll keep on going down. Keep going. There we are. There's not a lot to be seen down here at all. So we'll carry on. There we are. Solid fertilizer and liquid fertilizer. Yeah, you don't normally sell that anyway. Your biogas plant, that's here. It's very nice. Digester, you don't normally sell that. Lime, yeah, you can't sell it, so there's no debris crusher, mind you. Herbicide, no. Why do I always say that with lime? Obviously, you can't sell the lime and you can't sell the herbicide, but you can sell the stones because there is a debris crusher. I always get that mixed up. You get the lime out the debris crusher. Anyway, yes, there is a debris crusher on this map. So apart from the usual things that you can't sell, you can sell every base game thing, which is excellent. That is a big tick for this map. So this is the start farm. Obviously we're on New Farmer. So around here you've got a storage barn, and then next to that you've got a workshop, and there's your workshop trigger. So obviously pull your vehicle in front of that hatch marking area. and hit the spanner, and away you go, fixing your vehicles or your equipment. Over here we've got a bit more storage there, and out in the field you've got your tractors and your harvester. Then you've got your main farmhouse. There's your sleep trigger, sleep through the night. If you come down around the back here, you have got your chicken coop. So obviously there's your egg pallet spawn point, animal dialog box, and then your feed input point. So if we click on that, that's going to hold 150. Get some chickens on the go. Now there is one difference straight away from certainly the FS17 map. This barn used to be able to sell straw bales at, which you can't now. It's just a barn for storage. Now this is the one straight from Elm Creek, and there's something strange about it. Obviously, yeah, you can go up there and you can go on that floor, but on Elm Creek you have a basement, and this is just filled in. It's like it's been taken straight from that map and just placed down, which is a bit... And all the ground's coming through. It's a bit random. Okay. And then up here, obviously, we got the silo. That if you played on this map before, you should be used to where that is. Anyway, so a little different on this time around. Load in, load out at the same point. I think previously the load in was that side and load out anyway. That being said, obviously you have got a bit of a shed lean-to over there as well. Pretty much what you'd expect from this map if you've ever played on it before. Right, let's go have a little look around. We're now going to go, if we go back up to the map section, we're going to go over here. Right, so what's in this area? This is going to be a production chain, obviously the grain mill. Now before, wasn't it Goldcrest Valley? It was a sell point before anyway. So obviously you load your product into there. There's your production chain menu, so we'll click on that. 96 grand to buy. And then there's your pallet spawn point. So obviously grain mill is where the grain mill selling point was before. So not a big difference there. Right, we're now going to come up to this area here. Right, so what's in this area? This is going to be a sell point and a train loading area. So if you come over here, you load your stuff in there. It's also a bit of a silo because you can take it out there as well. If we come around this side, like so, here's your rent a train option. And then down here is where you're going to load into your train. Obviously, again, if you played in this map previously, this is where you could load into your train as well. So, nothing too out of the ordinary there. Very nice. Now, if we come and spin around, we take a little run up the road here. You've got your fuel station. Again, like I said before, where it was on the previous iterations of this map. But, there is a big but. Look at the ground. For some reason, this has just got that grass forestry texture to it. Where's the tarmac? It is rather strange. How much is the petrol here anyway? Oh, there we are. Right, unleaded. 69 pence a litre. Oh, I'd fill up every day of the week with that. Oh, apart from the price, obviously that ground texture is rather random. Okay, we'll carry on. We're now going to come to this area here. Right, so what's in this area? This is your BGA. Obviously, this is where it was before. This is where it is still. So, you've got your production chain menu there. 1.5 million to buy. Obviously, that's the same base game one. So, you load into those two tankers there. And then, if you come down this side, go all the way around. There's your loading in point for your slurry. And you follow it all the way around, like the base game one on Elm Creek. Exactly the same one. Around this side is your taking out point for your digestate. Very nice. Okay, we're now going to move on to this area here. Right, so what's in this area? This is going to be your sawmill. So obviously, standard base game one again. Pull your vehicle over there, hit the Selwood icon. There's your pallet spawn point, your production chain menu. So click on that. 100 grand to buy. And down this end is where you take out your wood chips. Now there is something really strange just up this road. take a little jog up and see if you can notice it, because I thought it was really random when I came across it. Really random indeed. So just up by this bit, there's a rent train icon up here as well. So if you are going to do that, you can do that here. These cars and this wood pile, they're floating in air, which is really random. I mean, what's going on there? What? They're just, you know, you can even go underneath them. What is all that about? That's proper strange. They're just levitating like Harry Potter style. Proper shocking. Right, we'll move on. We're now going to come up to this area here. Right, so what's in this area? It's going to be another sell point for you. Right, agribusiness. Obviously, unload all your stuff into there. As again, if you played this map previously, that was the sell point up here as well. So far, apart from a couple of random things, we're doing well. We're now going to come all the way down to this area here. Right, so what's in this area? First up, you got your production chain, your sugar mill. So that's going to cost you 80 grand to buy. Pallet spawn point there. And then round the back, if you used the sugar mill before, you'll know that it's the loading in point is there for you. Next door to that is your debris crusher. So load into there, sell off your stones. And over the road is another sell point. Oh, watch out for traffic. You know what I'm like on these videos? Oh, quick. There we are. We got over quick before he come. Right, so we got another sell point there. Maplefield Mill. And then also down this bit here is the two, we're going to call them icons for exit, shall we say. So if we go over here, obviously that's where the train leaves for you to take your stuff out. Now there it's got, we'll zoom in, selling wood train and then Elm Creek. So this is where you're going to sell all your stuff off if you're going to go for one of them. Obviously you do need to rent a train first. Right, we're now going to come to this area here. Right, so what's in this area? First up, you got your rent a train option there. And then down the tracks, you got your load in and load out point if you're using a train. Obviously, if you're going to take it to one of those previous icons that we've just seen. Now around this side, this is where you'll load into the silo. And then this side is where you take out the silo if you really wanted to. And next door to that is a buying station. So we'll click on that. We'll zoom in. Lime buying station. There you are. Need some lime. Come down and buy it from there. Right. We're now going to come down to this area here. Right. So what do we got here? Obviously this is the shop. Again, as before, this is where the shop was previously. Obviously with the 22 version shop there. There's your shop menu. Then down the side here is your workshop icon. Pull your vehicle into that area. Hit the spanner. Fix all your equipment. And next door to that is a sell point. Red marble bowl. I wasn't there before. Okay. We're now going to come over to this area here. Right, so what's in this area? Again, this is a sell point. Gomez Ridge Acres. It's called exactly the same as it was on the last time I played on this map. That's brilliant. Right, we'll move on again. We're going to come down to this area here. Right, so what have we got in this area? First off, we've got a sell point. This is the hay loft. So obviously you'll load your stuff into there. You take your stuff out of there, but that's got the icon for a sell point. So does that mean you can buy it from there as well? Interesting. Next to that is the cow barn. So standard base game one. Take your slurry out of there. Then you take that door open. And then your food into there and straw. Then down this end, we'll open it up. There's your animal dialogue box there. 150 cows go in. Then there's your milk taking out point there. Now, again, what's going on with the ground textures. And that's inside the barn. The cow barn. Like the red barn back at the main farm. What's... okay. Bit more storage around the side there. And then, obviously, we've got the bunker silo right there. Get some chaff on the go. Right. We're going to move over the road to this area here. Right, so what's here? This is going to be your spinnery. Again, I know I'm saying this a lot if you've played this map before, but the spinnery was exactly in the same place. 60 grand to buy. Obviously, there's your production chain menu. Down the back here, load your wool or cotton in there, and then there's your pallet spawn point. Now, a quick jump over the road here is another fuel station. Exactly where it was before. I mean, this does bring back memories, I must admit. Playing on this hours on hours, not a problem. 69 there, a litre as well. Nice. Oh, the nostalgia's all flooding back. Brilliant. Right, we're now going to come over to this area here. Right, so what's in this area? First off, you got the sell point up here. It's going to be your supermarket. So obviously, load your stuff in there. Next door to that, I've started creating a bit of a traffic jam there. There's your bakery. It's going to cost you 50 grand. And then we'll come down the side there. There's your loading in point. And there's your pallet spawn point there. Next door to that is a dairy. So your loading in point there. Your pallet spawn point is on the side there. And then around the front is going to be your production chain menu. 70 grand to buy. All fairly easy, all base game stuff in a map that brings back some nostalgia. Very nice. Right, we're now going to come all the way down to this point here. Right, so what have we got down here? First off is a sow point, Mary's farm. And before, wasn't that a manure sow point, if my memory serves me correctly? And then next door to that, as before in the previous maps, it's a animal dealer. Just come down here. If you've got a trailer, obviously bring it down here. You can pick up your animals, or you can just hit this dialog box. It'll take it straight to whatever pasture, barn or coop you want to put your animals in. Right, we're now going to come up to this point here. Right, so what do we got here? This is going to be your carpentry. So obviously your production chain menu there, 60 grand to buy. Down this side is where you're going to pull your vehicle with your wood on the back, hit the sell wood icon. Then down this side is your pallet spawn point. Again, all base game shenanigans, so not much else to say about that. We're now going to come to this area here. Right, so what have we got here? You probably guessed it from the icon. This is the sheep barn. So your animal dialog box there. 150 sheep is going to hold. Food in the top there. And then your wool pallet spawn point there. And then over the road from that is going to be another area for you. Now this is slightly different from previous maps, because before this was a train silo area. This isn't, because this is a sell point. This is your bale sell point. So before it was the main barn up at the main farm, it's now moved over here. So you come in with your bales, load it in there, and away you go. Now again, this is the barn from Elm Creek with a basement, and it's not been put in either. When I first came on here, obviously all the memories came back and the nostalgia started to kick in, and yeah, it was great. You know, with the better graphics on the new version, you know, it just felt like he was coming home sort of thing. But there's a few things that just take this shine off, to be honest. You know, with a few textures that don't look right, with the floating cars. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I probably will still play it, but I think maybe it feels a little rushed. Like maybe, you know, a little bit of polishing would have made it better. I mean, that could just be me. maybe we've had such good maps that come out recently that if it's slightly off, then it's not really going to measure up to what we've already had. That being said, it's not enough to take me off this map. I must admit, I do like it. It does bring back the memories. I've spent many an hour on this map on 17 and 19 alike. So yeah, the map maker has done a good job. Probably could have done with a little bit more polishing, maybe waiting a little bit longer before releasing it. But that being said, no, that's alright. It is alright. Just a few little niggles, shall we say. Not enough to put me off though. There you have it. Drop it in the comments below. Do you like this map? Do you want to bring some memories back from what you've done before? We'll see what people are thinking. Whether they're going to go for the farming, the arable, the cows. Oh, that is one thing as well. Go back on this map. There's no pig pasture. There was a pig pasture up here on the map before, and that's not on there either. Oh dear, I like the pigs. Anyway, carry on. Are you going to be doing animals? Are you going to do a bit of forestry? Because there is some trees and forestry areas about. We'll see what people are thinking. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today. And I'll see you in the next one.